Hey, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Sitting in my garage again today, doing a little build. See, I got an Avata here. This is a friend of mine, a new friend that I met a couple weeks ago at the Houston drone meetup, downtown Houston. And he asked me if I could do a motor swap for him. The Axis Flying C157 motors, upgraded motor for the Avata. So I said, I'm sure I can. Send me a video. He actually sent me Murders FPV, his video on this motor swap. So big shout out to Nicholas making that video. I'm going to link that down in the description below. So if you guys want to watch his as well, please do so. It's probably going to be better and more detailed than mine, but I figured I'm going to do this for a buddy, so why not record it. Tools we're going to need for this are a 1.5 millimeter driver, good pair of dikes, nice set of tweezers. You're going to need a small Phillips head screwdriver, and the first thing we're going to do is remove the props. So let's take the props off. I'll go ahead and get this battery out of here too. I like to keep everything off to the side and organized. When I get into these smaller screws, I'm going to label them with a little tape and put them off to the side, and I'm going to try to lay them down if I can in order that I take them off, left to right, so I know as I'm going to put it back together, everything goes right to left. Keeping a mental note as to where these props go. You know, we've got they're marked with an orange dot on the prop and an orange dot on the motor. Well, I'm going to note to myself that the orange prop goes on the front right motor, and if it goes on the front right, I know it goes on the back left because it'll be catty corner. So these two here, front right back left, gets the orange dot, front right. And what I'll probably go ahead and do is write FR for front right. I'll put that on the orange one, like that, off to the side. And I know that one goes there. Alright. Okay, next we're going to remove the sensor here for the downward vision sensor. Okay, we're going to lift this up and disconnect the ribbon cable. I'll try to get that in camera. Alright, I'm going to be real careful with that guy and gently remove that ribbon cable. Take the vision sensor off. I'll set that next to the screws. Okay, next we're going to remove the antenna covers. Got 2 screws for each one. And we're going to gently pull this up and out. Up here. Gently wiggle that free. Okay. Alright, and then we're going to take tweezers and just gently pull this guy out of here. Be mindful where these run here. You see that came right out of that groove and that came right out of that groove, so get all that stuff right back in place where it was. Probably a good idea to take some pictures as you go through this too. If you're trying this swap, go ahead and take photos of where everything lies. That way when you're going back to put it back together, you got something to reference. Alright, next up we're going to remove the screws here that hold the prop guards on. Remove these, if I remember correctly, these 2 front ones, front, closer to the camera, are shorter, if I remember correctly. These longer ones back here, make sure of that. Yes, they are longer and thinner in the rear. So the two screws in the back that hold the prop guards on are longer and thinner than the front two. Now we're going to wiggle this free. Oh, we got a couple more on top here. A couple there on top. I'm going to see if they're the same size as the fronts. And they appear to be. We're going to gently wiggle this free, being mindful of this ribbon cable. Nothing. Okay. Got that free. Let those antennae come out. Okay, now we've got the prop guards separated from the drone. Okay, now that the prop guards are off, we can remove these two screws inside under the battery. These are to the flight controller, I believe. I'm going to pull those out. Yeah, I remember seeing that on I watched a couple videos on this, and there's a little glob of glue in this one over here. So it wasn't on the left side, but on this one over here there is. Label that flight controller. Okay, we got the flight controller disconnected. We can go ahead and remove all the motor screws. Be 12 of those. Alright, we've got the motors all disconnected. Should be able to pull this free, and it looks like we'll have this one to get rid of first. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take a picture of this. I need to remove this small Phillips and this one. And those two are the same. This little door is supposed to swing out, as does this little door. Okay, we'll get those screws out of the way for the retaining clip. There we go. A little bit of upward pressure, that'll pull that off. This one goes to the VTX, I believe. This looks very similar to the 03 air unit, which probably because it's an 03 air unit. Easy, Joe, easy. I'm keeping in mind too to just be mindful. I've got the camera pointing away from me, so I can kind of keep everything consistent. We're going to remove that, and now this should be free. Set that aside. Actually, we'll be again mindful of which direction that was. That is okay. Obviously this would be the rear. That's where the battery plugs in, so that's my camera that way. Be mindful of the thermal paste. Okay, I've got those two Phillips screws. Now we can expose the JST connector, I think it is. We're going to want to disconnect that ESC from the flight controller. So let me gently do that. Yep. It's an efficient way of doing it. I just hooked my pliers behind there and gave it a tug. Free the two up. We'll set this aside in order. Next, we want to go ahead and remove this small piece of tape to protect the solder joints. We're going to save these and put them back on. So there are two on the top, two on the bottom. Okay, I think we're ready to desolder the old motors. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'll turn my soldering iron on. Hadn't done that yet. Just gonna make a thick piece of electrical tape here. All right. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep my motor wires really close to the same length. A little bit longer is okay. Go ahead and strip and pre-tin these wires. Dispersing this with a little alcohol. Get any of that flux off of the board. The flux is a solvent, so it can eat away at your electronics. Good idea just to brush that down a little bit. Got all four motor wires soldered onto the ESC. We're going to go ahead and put it all back together. Come on. It don't smell like smoke. That's a good thing. All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Got the Axis Flying C157 motors on the Avata for Mossad. New friend of mine. That's a 3650 kV motor, so we should see a lot more power on that. Only one thing left to do, and that's a test flight. I'm going to try to hook it to my goggles and my controller and see if I can do that, and probably go ahead and do that right now. So come on, let's head on outside. Hey, all right guys, so it's a couple days later. I'll admit I did go ahead and connect my goggles to Mossad's Avata and flew around the neighborhood a little bit, and it did well, but I was kind of babying it because it's not my drone, and you know, just testing it out, make sure all my motors and everything were done correctly, and that you know, I didn't want to break somebody else's shit. So but I did give it the beans a little bit, and it seems to be pretty good, but I wanted to go ahead and take it out here into the field and show you guys, just kind of, you know, give it a little bit more and show you guys what it looks like now and what it can do. And I'm gonna see if I didn't at home, but I'm gonna see if I can try to get that stupid yaw twitch thing that a lot of people have experienced, and including myself. I'm gonna see if I can get it to do it out here. This field out here is nice and recently mowed, and so it's nice and cut down, good safe spot to fly this thing. So Mossad, I hope you enjoy it, man, and everyone else watching, appreciate you guys tuning in. Hit the thumb for me, please. Share it with your buddies, anybody you might know want to do this motor swap. I'll also link, like I said before, Nicholas's video down below in the description. That's Murders FPV. He did a great video on it as well, on the swap, probably more detailed than mine, so go check it out. Yeah, if you think about doing the upgrade, I would say it's worth it. Some would say it's not. I know I mean, everyone, that's what's great about opinions, is everybody's got them. So in my opinion, I think it's a good upgrade. Took me a couple hours, but I was messing with cameras during the process. So really, if I had to do another one, which I'm kind of thinking that a couple people might want me to do theirs, you know who you are, I could probably get it done in, I bet, an hour. You know, not too bad at all. So anybody wants it done, let me know. Hit me up down in the comments below. Thanks again for joining, guys. Appreciate it. Peace. All right, guys, I got 88% on this battery. It's not full, but I'm just gonna take a little rip real quick. 20 satellites, 58% on my goggle battery. Got an SD in my goggles, and I don't in the drone. I just use the internal storage on that. And let me make a couple changes here real quick, actually. I got my center sensitivity at 150 on roll and pitch, and I've got 110 on my center sensitivity for yaw. 500 on roll and pitch for rates at max rate, and 400 on yaw. 0.65 on all the expos. Come on. Oh wow, holy shit, what a takeoff. So much more power on the takeoff right away. They used to call me names, said I was just a wannabe. But now they all pay to see what they were getting free. About them days. Wow, dude. I didn't even feel it like this when I was at the house flying around. Ain't it funny how the sun can shine and then hide away? I would still probably adjust these rates a little bit more, but dude, it feels like a freaking freestyle now. Holy crap. Wow, dude, that was fucking smooth. Holy crap, this feels good. I got that little bit of snap yaw on that. Wasn't bad, but it is a freaking whoop, guys. looped all right. Yaws are just fine. Or, excuse me, roll. I'm trying to get my lingo. Yeah, I mean, it's still definitely not a freestyle drone, but man, it flies so much better than the stock motors. Holy crap. That's impressive. I'll fly down the street here and show you guys. This is, I'm sure the guys are down here working because it's Wednesday afternoon, a little before 2 o'clock. This is my cul-de-sac where I learned to fly and learned to practice acro. All the way down here is my cul-de-sac. Then I would go fly. Now I think there's 7 or 8 3-story buildings now. And like 5 garage buildings and like, you know, the office building or whatever. But it's come quite a long way. There'll be some, I think, high-end apartments. Pretty late. I'm impressed. Flies nice. Man van. Let's do a little orbit. Oh man, that feels good. I'm impressed. Axis flying. I am impressed. Go ahead and hit the oh shit button real quick. I'm gonna turn my air conditioning down. I'm sure that's been disturbing the sound a little bit, the audio. I'm gonna bring it in here and I'm gonna kick it back into manual real quick, and so we can hear the motors. I just want to hear the motors. I'd say it's definitely a little bit lower pitch than the stock Avata motors. Stock Avata is a little bit whinier. Go and hit the oh shit button. All right. I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed the flight. I don't know if you can hear me or not, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit the like for me, guys. Thanks so much. Peace.